Thank you, Mr. Chairman. We hear a lot from the group here today of the term fairness, and that we need to be fair to different retailers, tax them the same. I've had a chance to work with a lot of retail businesses. I've been in the marketing business most of my life. And there are a lot of different business models with different cost structures. I think all of you know that. You can be a freestanding retailer where you have to be a destination and much different than locating in a mall where they help to attract the people, but your cost of doing business is very different. You could locate downtown and pay city taxes, but you get some of the advantages of sanitation services and fire and other that you might not get in a county location. Or you could open a retail store in an outlet on an interstate highway, and you locate it across a state line in a low tax area, which is not fair to those states around it because people from many states come to that outlet to shop, and they pay the tax where they buy it, not where they're going. We talk about fairness, but we don't require bricks and mortar retailers to pay taxes based on where the consumer is from. We don't check their ID. Let's be clear about what this bill does. It mandates that online companies with no physical presence in a state collect sales taxes for any state that demands it. So this is a mandate on businesses, and we talk about this being owed by consumers, but if the tax is not collected, the consumer's not audited, the business is audited. If you don't collect enough taxes that you're supposed to, you'll pay it, your consumers won't. I've been here a long time, and I've seen many businesses that used to be small. They grow, and then they use their political clout to come here to advantage themselves and to erect barriers to entry for smaller companies. And Mr. Meisner, you've laid it out very clearly. You've said that this is very difficult for small companies to comply with this. But they can use companies like yours and eBay, which basically forces a lot of small companies that could otherwise be marketing on their own to go through these major companies. You know, one of the great things about the internet is the entrepreneurs that have been developed on the internet and able to market direct to consumers. They don't have to pay the cost of a mall. They don't have to pay. But see, it's a different business model. We talk about the roads or whatever. Sales taxes are collected. They pay for education and other things in that state. But we've never had a situation where we as a federal government require a business to be subject to every other state. Are we going to ask those businesses to comply with labor laws, to pay income taxes based on business that they've done? You know, it's not a new concept that we have different business models. For years, there have been corporations that primarily do business in South Carolina, but they incorporate in Delaware where the corporate taxes are lower. But we don't have the right to charge them income taxes based on the business they do in South Carolina. They picked a business model and located somewhere else. And I think what we're doing here is trying to suggest that all these business models are the same. Every retailer is different, whether they're bricks and mortar and online. And if someone picks an online business model, just like Amazon was years ago, and Mr. Meisner, you know that when you had no physical presence in other states, you tended to support the status quo. But now that you've changed your business model to build locations so you can really leapfrog some of your competitors, not only are you an online business, but you can do same-day delivery by having a physical presence. Now that you're going to have to pay taxes in all of these states where you have a physical presence, you want to come back and tax those other companies that don't. The online companies don't have police service and fire service and sanitation service and municipal parking and all of the things that come with that business model. We can't make them the same. And so fairness being that we tax them the same is inconsistent with everything else that we're doing here. And again, the more testimony I hear, oh, they're only subject to one audit a year. From 50 states? Are they going to have to fill out a sales form and send to every state and be taxed? Now, they won't have any